Hey guys, today we'll be solving lead code number 2126, destroying asteroids. It is a medium problem on lead code and it is also the daily problem for today. Okay, so what is the question state? First of all, the question states that we are given a mass, right? And we're given a integer array of asteroids. Okay, there is no ordering to it, not ordered, right? The asteroids are completely random when given to us, and the mass is like the initial state that we have, right? Now essentially you can think of a planet, right? And we have these rocks coming towards us, asteroids. The planet is able to eat essentially, or like beat this asteroid if and only if the mass of the planet is greater than or equal to the mass of the asteroid, right? That's the given condition. And in the case when the mass of the asteroid is actually greater than mass of the planet, right, that means the asteroid will essentially destroy the entire planet. So let's consider a big asteroid and it hits the planet and the planet is destroyed completely, right? But there's also another thing. This planet has I guess some special abilities such that the asteroid it eats, right, it gains the mass of it. So it does a mass plus equals asteroids I if it does eat asteroid I, right? So if you can think about it, then if we were given like 10 and we were given asteroid as 3, this is our mass, this is our A mass, right? Then once we eat 3, then we would go to 13, right? Now like I said, all we have to do is return true or false, right? So if our planet does end up getting destroyed, then we would return false in that case. If not, we would return true. That means we could eat all the asteroids. Okay, now how do we go about this question? Like I said, the asteroids are not given in any order. Asteroids have no order, right? So what is the best possible way to consider eating the asteroids? Well, there is only a couple of ways we can think about this. If we were given 3, 9, 19, 5, 21, right, and we were given m is equals to 10, what is the way we can do this? Well, we can first of all just take it as is, right? So 10, we would go 13, right? 13, and then 13 is greater than 9, so we would do 22. 22 is greater than 19, so we would go about 31, I think, or is it more? Maybe 41, not sure, but 46, and then we would go to 67, right? Yep, I think that's the answer. So we would come back out and we would see that, oh well, we were able to destroy it all, and we would return true in this scenario, right? But let's consider the next example that they've given. So 5, 4, 9, 23, 4. Now 5 is the initial, so we will eat 4, we will get to 9. We can eat 9, so we will get to 18. But 18 is less than 23, right? So our planet gets destroyed. Okay, so we would return false in this scenario. But we could have, right, if there was a scenario, if you think about it this way, right, there is a very, if we had 4, 9, right, 23, and we had some number that we could have eaten before 23, before we met our doom, we could have eaten some number, let's say 16 in this case, right, because 18 is greater than 16, then in this case it would actually come out to be true, right? But our algorithm in this scenario would return false because it would see 23 and it would be like 18 is less than 23, so we would return false. But if we had like a number that we could have eaten before that, well, then we could have gotten the answer, right? So if we had m equals to 5, let's do that again. 9, 18, right? And we ate 16 right after that, so 16 plus 18, right? If we did 4, 24, now we can eat 23, right? but our thing would have returned false already. So clearly the way that they've given, right, the way if we did it in the order that they've given to us, we would end up hitting this edge case over here, so we would return false. Now what is the other direction we can take it? Well, we can take the highest first, right? 23 944. But obviously this is probably the dumbest choice you can make, because if we start off with a small capacity and then immediately face off with the largest possible asteroid, then there's a very good chance we get destroyed, right? So what is the best way to go about it? We saw that doing it in reverse is not good, doing it in order is not good. So what is the other way left? Well, doing it in the ascending order, right? So in this case, well, in this example it will still be false, but if we do 9, 5 plus 4 9, then 13, 21, and 21 is less than 23, we would get destroyed. But if we were given, let's say, the same array that I took over here, 4 9 16 23, and we started off with 5, then we will get 9 18 18 plus 16 24, we would be able to eat 23 as well. We will get to 47, right? And in this case it would be true, like we would expect it to be, unlike the false that we would have gotten earlier. So that's pretty much it for this question. All we had to do was figure out the order in which we wanted to eat the asteroids and just loop through that very easily. So if we just sort our asteroids for iron range, if this is the case, then we would get destroyed, so immediately return false on the first ever iteration, right? Like I said, and the way the reason why this works, well, because we also, like I showed in this scenario, we would end up hitting a case over here that, well, we couldn't eat it, right? And it's sorted already, so we already have our best choices first, so there was no other order that could have helped us. And if we can eat it, well, then increase our mass for that, and if we go through the entire array at the end, we'll return true immediately, because we were able to eat all the asteroids. And that's pretty much it.